This is Pastor Jonathan coming to you through this medium. And today I want to talk about something very, very important. It is perseverance. But perseverance in prayer. In the book of Luke, the 18th chapter, particularly from verse 1 up to 8, there is a wonderful story. Jesus said how man ought to pray always and not faint. Then he gives a parable of a wicked judge and he gave and a widow. He said how a widow would come to the wicked judge asking that she may be avenged of her adversaries. The Bible doesn't talk in detail what this poor widow was going through. I wondered for years, why would Jesus confront a wicked person with a weak individual? We have a wicked judge and we have a very weak widow. I would assume this widow was probably alone, because if she had other people, the Bible would have said so. How ironic it is that the only place that this widow, who was so weak, could have found the answer was at the office of the wicked judge. Was there not another judge who could have helped this poor woman? Only the wicked one? Sometimes life does not give us according to what we want. And sometimes we just have to go through the same evil boss, the same evil person who has been speaking against you or standing against you, and that's the same individual you have to go through for a signature. How ironic it is. And so Jesus began to show this confrontation and to show how and who won in this confrontation, the weak widow or the wicked judge. And he shows us how the widow would go back and knock again. There is a story that I heard of a great man, Dr. David Youngicho. He said the story in one of the tapes that I listened to. He said that it was called that his son's second child had passed on. He died. And so he came rushing because he loved the son, put him in the upper room. He began to pray and asking Jesus to raise his son back to life. He said he prayed the whole night, probably from 10 p.m. to about 5 in the morning. And he said when it got to 5 in the morning, the child sneezed and came back to life. The child told his father that he was already walking with Jesus, seeing beautiful place, until Jesus stopped and said, you have to go back, because if you don't go back, I will have a problem with your father. And the son came back. It's an amazing story. But I stopped by thinking and said, how about if the father had stopped his prayer by 1 a.m. in the morning because he was tired, or maybe he was helpless or despair, and he said Jesus won't answer. He stopped praying at 4, and yet there was just 1 hour for the answer to come. Pastor, my brother, my sister, I've been praying for years, nothing has come. My question is, why have you stopped? Keep praying until you see the answer. For I assure you, certainly your answer will appear. Believe and keep standing, keep knocking, persevere until you get to the answer. Until we meet again, shalom.